Privyet. Hello everyone. You're on the Slavic News Channel, and in this video, we'll discuss the most significant updates on the Russian-Ukrainian conflict. We have a lot of interesting updates, so let's begin. First, we're going to talk about Kursk Sumy battle, the battle that Ukrainians launched yesterday. As a result of yesterday's attempts to attack the borderlands, the Ukrainians managed to achieve some results. Let's first talk about the area where the Ukrainians possibly managed to break through the Russian defense belt. This is the territory between the villages Nikolivo-Dorino, Dorino-Sverdlikovo, Nizhny Klin, and further in the northern direction. According to different Russian military experts, Rybir, by 1 a.m. of the 7th of August of the local time of Ukrainian time, the Ukrainians managed to establish control over 3 villages. The Ukrainians captured Nikolivo-Dorino, Dorino, and Sverdlikovo. Currently, we haven't received any geolocations that can confirm this control on the villages. We continue, more precisely, receiving the geolocations along the road Zeleny Shlyak to Surza. The Ukrainians have concentrated, or at least they managed to reach this line, and they abandoned their armored vehicles, and after that the Russians started bombing and attacking this territory with missiles. Some sources are saying that the Russians attacked the Ukrainian concentration of Ukrainian vehicles with Iskander. But as I understand, the Russians were attacking the Ukrainian positions with Tornado-S missile. And as a result of this attack, the Ukrainians suffered significant losses, and most likely they lost up to 10 vehicles that were concentrated in this area. Later, we got the same episode but from another angle, and once again, I believe that that was an attack of Tornado-S missile, but not with Iskander. Furthermore, during the day, we got additional updates about the current situation. Some Russian military experts published the video of how the Russians were bombing the Ukrainian positions in the vicinity of Leonidovo. So this attack was geolocated, and this video confirms that Ukrainians during the previous night managed to improve their positions significantly and managed to move even further deep inside of the Russian territory. We have a lot of questions how the Ukrainians managed to do this, how the Ukrainians managed to break through the Russian defense belt. As for the Ukrainian sources, we got additional updates about Ukrainian movements. They published that the Ukrainians are moving, as you can see, and according to information we have by the morning of the 7th of August, the Ukrainians managed to break through and to get deep inside of Russian defense for another 15 kilometers in total. It's like the depth of the attack and the width of attack is around 10 to 11 kilometers. So the situation most likely is critical because the president of Russian Federation, Vladimir Putin, is convening the Russian Security Council at 1 p.m. of the local time. Before that, at 12 p.m., the head of the state will hold the meeting with the members of the government. They're not saying what will be discussed at the serious meeting, but it is clear anyway that the Ukrainians attacked Kursk region, violated the integrity of Russian borders. Maybe Putin will just dismiss some generals. Maybe Putin will dismiss Gerasimov, the head of Russian, the commander-in-chief. Maybe Putin will announce another mobilization. Maybe Putin will declare real war. We don't know for sure. But obviously, soldiers over the line of combat contact, people in Russia are expecting real actions from the president of Russian Federation. Now let's talk about other events. Also, the pro-Russian sources are saying that Ukrainians continue to concentrate the forces. The main area of concentration of forces is the village by the name of Unakivka. Furthermore, during the previous night, we got report that Ukrainians were attacking in direction of Oleshnia, and the Ukrainian Russians are saying that some Russian soldiers were encircled in this area. And currently there are very heavy clashes. The Russian soldiers in Oleshnia are cut from the mainland. They're encircled, and the Ukrainians are trying to storm them. And as soon as the Ukrainians are able to do this, then they will be able to move further in direction of Sudzu itself and Goncharovka. As for the southern flank, during the previous 24 hours, the Ukrainians conducted this attack. And we have the video how the Ukrainians managed to capture a significant number of Russian soldiers. Up to 42 soldiers, conscript soldiers, were captured by the Ukrainians. Those are young boys from 18 to 20 years old who were mobilized maybe half a year ago. And basically they are not involved in the special military operation, but they were captured. And this is a very big scandal. And obviously, this situation will have further going consequences. Now let's talk about Sudzu itself. We have additional updates during the previous 24 hours. The Ukrainians managed to destroy Russian Ki-52 helicopter. And the sources are saying that the helicopter was brought down by Ukrainian FPV drone. As for Sudza, on the outskirts of the city, the Ukrainian destroyed Russian convoy with tanks, with FPV drones, or maybe with artillery. As for the city itself, lots of destroyed buildings, lots of damage. The Ukrainians managed to deal as a result of artillery strike, as a result of mortar strikes. We have lots of videos. For example, in this video, we can see Ukrainian FPV drones that were flying exactly in this part of Sudza, and how the Ukrainians were FPV droning the Russian hidden equipment between buildings. Of course, the equipment was with fuel, with munitions. So there were lots of explosions. In this video, we can see that one part of the Sudza was covered with fire. And it seems that everything was completely unexpected. Furthermore, the Russians are saying that the Ukrainians have mined using the distance mining method the supply road between Sudza itself and the cities and towns nearby. And that's it for this update. Slavic News Channel condemn any violence in the world. Thanks for watching and please like and subscribe.